Min-Sung, please tell us about XLHealth.
Yes, my name is Min-Sung. I was born in Germany actually. I was an entrepreneur by myself, but I was happy to sell the company to a San Francisco-based company. Now I'm partner at XLHealth. XLHealth is a Berlin-based venture capital fund. We invest solely in digital health companies with a focus on B2C, with a ticket range of 500K till 5 million euros.
What is the selection process? How do you select the startups for your portfolio?
Well, good question. First of all, it has to be B2C, and it has to have the first traction. They have to show user growth and also some first revenue. How we usually approach it, we spot trends. We're looking at trends, and then we try to find out if we spot a wave or a trend, then we pick the right surfer, so to speak. So when we had, for instance, MeDoc, we saw that Teladoc prepared its IPO. Then we saw Doctor on Demand getting investment from Andreessen Horowitz. So we thought, like, okay, telemedicine is a trend and will come over to Europe at some point. So we looked at the European market, and I've seen up to this date around 2,500 digital health startups, because I started very early, I think 3 years ago, to work for XLHealth. And we said, like, okay, telemedicine is a trend. Then we looked at, I think, 10 to 15 teams in Europe, and we picked the right team. Or that's what we think.
So what are the trends you're currently observing out there in the market?
Well, there's a lot. What we see with our deal flow, a lot of blood testing companies are out there. I think in Berlin, especially, mental health is coming up. This is also a very huge trend. This is what else is there? I think what I really want to see in terms of what I really want to see is some apps that are in, how do you call that? There are so many fitness apps out there, and it's because there are young people, and most of the entrepreneurs are more younger people, and they want to solve their problems, so they come up with fitness apps, right? So last time, I think that was like, I don't know, 2 months ago, I sat with a 50-year-old person in our office, and we had a meeting. And he was pitching me the company, and he said, like, okay, this is a problem. And I said, like, well, is there even demand for this? And then he asked, how old are you? And I said, like, well, I'm 30. And he's like, well, I'm 50, and you will have my problems too when you're 50. And I was like, that's a point. And we don't have so many entrepreneurs who are 50 and want to solve their problems. So I see a lot of opportunity actually there. The biggest challenge will be, I think, in the future, to find out who is paying for what, who's paying for the digital health service, and this is something that digital health entrepreneurs always have to focus on, because people still don't like to pay for their health. Unfortunately, it is still like that, and I don't think that this will change over the next 10 years.
Are there any startups out there that you would think have the potential of a future additional Google?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a very good question that you're asking there, because we investors, we have to think about, we have to return the money. And the bigger the fund is getting, the more money we have to return. The question is Europe ready, or is the digital health ecosystem ready in Europe to create unicorns? And I think the market dynamics in Europe are not as much as in the US. We had Obamacare, that was an exogenic shock for all the stakeholders, and now they are ready to adopt new solutions, new digital solutions. And in Europe, we don't have that exogenic external shock. And the question is, do we need this external shock in order to create larger companies that not only tackle, let's say, the local markets? Europe is, let's not kid ourselves. Europe is still fragmented, and I think VCs have to ask the questions: can we create billion-dollar companies here in Europe, or do we have to move our companies to the US?